In this video, I'm going to react to Court Cam's top 4 biggest outbursts. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please hit that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Now, this is going to be my second reaction from one of the videos on the A&E channel. I cannot believe I'm only just discovering that channel. It is so good. I mean, the stuff on there, it's almost like a unique perspective into the goings on in court and on busts, like police busts. I find it fascinating. And last week I reacted to the top 5 most disrespectful defendants, and I just couldn't believe the behavior of these people. I mean, you had a guy who literally killed someone. That person's mum was in the court trying to read her impact statement. She couldn't read it herself because she was so emotional. So she had someone else read it. And as that person was reading the impact statement, the killer was laughing. I couldn't believe it. I was just thinking, what kind of sicko? Just wow. And this video was recommended in that comment section. And, you know, I've got a feeling it's going to be just as entertaining. I don't know if entertaining is the right word, but just as intriguing as the last one, just because, you know, like, you're in court, your future is in the hands of the people around you, the judge, and you just can't behave yourself. It's just absolutely insane. So let's go. This is going to be me reacting to the top 4 outbursts on Court Cam. Let's do it.
Now we head to Cleveland, Ohio, to the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court for the sentencing of convicted serial killer Michael Madison.
Oh my God.
Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated murder for the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio.
Oh my
As part
God.
of the hearing, Van Terry, the father of one of Madison's victims, steps up to the podium to make a victim impact statement.
So this is one of the victim's dads. Oh my God.
Mr. Terry's now just a few feet away from the man who so brutally took the life of his daughter, Sherelda.
Oh my God.
Right now,
What's he gonna do?
I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown who's touched our families, taken my child.
He's looking directly at Madison.
Oh my God. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my God. Oh man, I don't blame that father one bit. Any other father, I imagine, would want to do the same thing. Oh. Oh.
All right, whoever's in the red hat, you're excused. The red hat must leave.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time later, County Judge Nancy McDonald hands down Madison's sentence. Michael Madison is sentenced to death.
Wow.
And will now live on Ohio's death row. Next, we head to the S. James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
We are ready to go forward on the candidate vote, Judge.
All right, Ms. Cook, come on up.
The woman being sworn in is 18-year-old Keandria Cook. Cook's in court today to receive a sentence for using a dating app to set up a robbery that ended with another teen being shot.
Wow.
The teen survived.
So hold on a second. So she met someone on a dating app, basically just to have that person robbed. I mean, that is just, oh my God, that is just such scumbag behavior.
Cook has accepted a
And the person ended up getting shot.
plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
I just want to say to you, I asked for forgiveness when should I get a chance so I can get out and finish school. and I keep my mama proud.
I can hear, like, I get all of that, but why did you do what you did? Why did you do that?
Because I want to be her first child to bring home a high school diploma. And I just want to make my mama proud. That's it.
Cook now prepares to hear her sentence as her loved ones look on.
Ms. Cook, you're before the court for sentencing. A couple of things going in your favor. One, you didn't hold a firearm during these episodes. The second is that the victim luckily survived. That being said, this was intentional. It was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
20 years. Oh. That's her mum, right?
Concurrent as to the first 2 counts.
The crying you hear is coming from Cook's mother. The sentence much more severe than they expected.
Charges.
Man, 20 years. Oh. She was talking about finishing her high school diploma. I mean, gosh, maybe she can get one in prison, I guess.
All fines and costs.
Oh my goodness.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time.
No prison time.
Judge Foxman allows her to enter a new plea deal, citing miscommunication.
10 months later, so she served almost a year at this, and then she gets another trial.
Communication between Cook and the assistant public defender. As a result of that new deal, Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think American prison sentencing, you get a lot more time for stuff, I think. Wow. She still had to do 11 years. Obviously, you know, what she did was serious, you know. The guy could have died. Man, 11 years.
We now head to the Nesbitt Courthouse in Anchorage, Alaska, where this man...
If you want to arrest me and drag me off, that's the only way I'm leaving.
David Haig came to court looking for justice, but instead the judge ordered a new hearing to be held at a later date, and he's not having it.
If this court didn't do right the first time, it sure can't now. That
Wow.
they had screwed me out of a plea deal, that the state had falsified evidence, and now they're lying about everything to cover it all up.
Listen, like, dude, even if you have a point, yelling at the judge is not the way to deliver your message. Just think, you know, so the judge, is he going to just sit there going, yes, he's making some very sensible arguments? No, he's not going to do that. Just sit down and wait for your turn to speak. Come on.
And that's just the beginning of it. That's right.
The game pilot and tour guide is seeking to clear his name in a decades-old conviction, accusing him of killing wolves illegally while working with the state predator control program. He claims the state doctored maps to make it seem as if he'd gone rogue, and that state officials, who were trying to save face when confronted with a public relations nightmare, falsified the boundaries of the map to frame him.
The map! Wrong. The map! They falsified this before trial, and there's a recording of the prosecutor and trooper talking about falsifying it before trial. Mr. They're going in and falsifying the
dude, come
map
on, just
that they
sit
convicted
down.
me with by altering the lines on it to make it.
The thing is, I kind of believe the guy. He might be telling the truth, but this is not the way. This is not the way, man.
Roughly seem I was shooting wolves in my guide area. That's felony tampering with evidence, and because a trooper, an Alaska State trooper, was doing it with a prosecutor, it's a conspiracy.
The courtroom's closed.
And they used it at trial knowing it was false. That is another felony. And I'm putting my foot down because somebody has to.
I'm sorry, I have other...
So, well, you're gonna have to...
Wow, is he still going?
No,
Sorry, Mr. Haig. Sorry, so sorry that our court system is so corrupt that they would do this to you.
Haig is charged with disorderly conduct for violating an order to leave a courtroom.
Travesty.
His wife needs to get.
Haig's attempt to clear his name continues.
Wow. So it's still
We're
ongoing.
at the Jefferson County District Court in Louisville, Kentucky, and Judge Sandra McLaughlin is hearing arguments as to whether or not the defendant, Ricky McAllister, should be held in contempt of court for a failure to comply to a court-ordered drug treatment.
I mean, that's where we are, and the court should deny the Commonwealth's motion to hold him in contempt. We don't have any evidence.
Okay, what's the Kane's position?
Judge, this defendant 8 times over has failed to comply. I don't know why he's failed to comply. He's failed to comply because he doesn't want to do it. He's failed to comply because he doesn't want to pay for it. He's failed to comply because he's an alcoholic.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. But that's
Wow, so hold on. So this is the prosecution, and he's just going off on like a bit of a tirade here.
why the legislature has shifted the burden to the defendant to show cause. Now, that's what he was supposed to do on August 29th, and he willfully failed to appear in court. Now, do I have to prove why he willfully failed to appear in court? No, of course not,
Objection,
because
Judge.
he didn't.
We don't
and
know
that's
that he
why
failed to
I'm
appear.
talking here.
Whoa.
And that's why the legislature
Objection.
has...
This guy's not being very professional, this prosecutor, is he? You know? Dude, keep yourself under control.
shifted the
sorry,
burden,
objection.
and he can
What is your objection,
forward
Mr.
notice
Hornbeck?
to the Attorney
Mr.
General,
Fleck is
like the
arguing
law
things that
says.
are not in evidence. Mr. Fleck is arguing things that he doesn't know. Mr. Fleck, why?
I'm
Mr.
arguing
Fleck,
things I don't know. I've forgotten more than you will ever know.
Wow.
Boy.
Mr. Fleck.
I object to that. I take great umbrage of somebody coming in here and trying to disparage my knowledge and my reputation
Dude,
when he's
calm
so wet behind the
down.
ears.
Mr. Fleck.
I've been doing this a whole lot longer than he's been
Mr. Fleck, have a
even
seat.
on this planet.
Okay, have a seat. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to recess until 1 o'clock. We'll see you back at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Judge, I'll be here. I can't be here at 1.
You need to be here. You're ordered here to be at 1 o'clock.
Well, I'm supposed to have lunch with my mom in 1 minute.
Bring your mom.
Well, dude, if you wanted to, you know, if you, why didn't you think about that while you were going on your rant? Maybe if you, composed yourself and acted like a professional, you would have got through the hearing and you would have been able to go and have lunch with your mum. I mean, don't now get angry at the consequence of your behavior.
You want me to call my mom and tell her I'm going to stand her up for lunch because of Mr. McAllister?
You can tell her you have to work. You want to make it 12. You can make it 1:30. But the court is going to work. I'm recessing until.
You're going to make me stand up my own mother,
Oh
my
my
83-year-old
God.
mother.
Dude, just stop talking. Stop talking.
Who's waiting at a restaurant for me to show up.
You know why? Because I think it's important for Mr. McAllister to get this matter resolved.
Well, if he wanted to get it resolved, he had 9 opportunities to do so.
I understand that. We'll see you back at 1 o'clock.
Well, for the record, I think this is...
Mr. Fleck, we'll start when you are back here, so enjoy your lunch with your mother.
After lunch with Mom, they're back in court.
We're still on the record. There's been a motion for contempt. Mr. Fleck, did you want to make a statement?
I do, Judge. I'd like to apologize for my outburst at 12:15. I think I was being needled by counsel incessantly, and the very thought of me standing up my mother...
Let me stop you right there. If you're going to make an apology, I don't need it. You don't need to talk about anybody else's behavior but your own.
I would apologize for my behavior, my outburst. The thought of my mother being stood up for lunch, I have no way to get a hold of her. She does not have a cell phone. Was more than I could stand. And I reacted to that situation poorly, and I would ask the court's forgiveness, deeply apologetic for my outburst.
Because of his outburst, Bob Fleck is fired from the county attorney's office.
Wow.
Thanks for being a...
Oh my God. So that last guy, the prosecution lawyer, he got fired. I mean, it was just like, don't get me wrong. I get it that human beings, we all have, a tether that, you reach the end of your tether and you can lose control. But, this guy's a professional. He's a lawyer. He's gone through law school. He's had to do so many things, jump over so many obstacles to get to where he's at. You should be able to remain professional. I mean, oh man. And that first guy, the serial killer guy, the one who, you know, was like, he was laughing at the dad reading the victim impact statement. I mean, there's just all kinds of real crazy people out there these days that just, you know, almost without conscience, like you've just taken this man's daughter's life and you're laughing at the guy as he's reading the victim impact statement. Crazy video. A&E, this channel, I mean, the videos there are just so Moorish. I just want to watch more and more. This was a real eye-opener. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing the recommendations my way. I know I say it all the time, but they genuinely help me out, because if I know you enjoyed watching something, I'll definitely enjoy reacting to it. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing the recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.